Good morning everyone. So today we will be discussing about advantages and disadvantages of flocculators. So in the previous slide we have already been discussed about what do you mean by flocculators, what do you mean by flash mixture, and what are the types of coagulants we have already discussed. Okay, so as all of us know, this diagram is known as flash mixture, and in this device, in the flash mixture device, the solution of the coagulants are mixed thoroughly with the water and by means of electric motor, and the water enters through the inlet and the deflecting valve. You can see here, this is the deflecting valve. Okay, deflecting valve. This deflecting valve deflects the water towards the fan blades, and the chemicals also reach through the chemical pipe, and the rotating fan mixes coagulants with water, which finally goes out from the outlet part. Okay, this is all about flash mixture. And next, I have already discussed with you about the flocculation part. So after mixing all the coagulants with the water, the next operation we will be doing, that is flocculation. So what do you mean by flocculators? Flocculators are the slow steering mechanisms which forms flow, and flocculators mostly consist of paddles which are revolving at a very slow speed, that is about 2 to 3 rpm, that is revolution per minute, and the paddles may revolve on a vertical or the horizontal shaft, and the flocculators provide the number of contacts between the flocculating particles which are necessary for the successful formation of the flow. And in one type there are number of compartments that are fitted with rotating paddles, and the water enters in the inlet part and leaves out through the outlet part. And in the flocculators, the detention time is between 30 to 60 minutes. Okay, so now we will be reading about what are the advantages and disadvantages of flocculators. So in the advantages of flocculators, the requirement of chemicals is reduced by 10 to 40%. Better fluid formation. Less capacity of the tank is required, therefore it is cheaper in construction. More flexibility in operation because it can easily be controlled. It can be easily installed at the existing plants. Okay, this is all about advantages of flocculators. We can say it as the chemicals which will be required is reduced to 10 to 40%, and the less capacity of the tank is required, therefore it is cheaper in construction, and it can be easily installed in the existing plants, and it is more flexibility in operation because it can be easily controlled. Next, we will be discussing about disadvantages of flocculators. So in the disadvantages of flocculators, dead spaces in corners, low velocity near the shaft of paddles, bad short circuiting, require careful supervision and maintenance. This is all about disadvantages of flocculators. Okay, so next we will be discussing about clarifiers. So what do you mean by clarifiers? You can see here the diagram of clarifiers here. In this operation, the flow which has been formed above is allowed to settle and is separated from the water, and this is done by keeping the water in sedimentation tank which are known as coagulation basins. Some clarifiers are filled with a moving arm known as a raking arm. These devices are also fitted with a continuous sludge removing arrangements. Okay, so after the flash mixture and flocculators has been done, then the clarifiers operations will be done. In this operation, the flow which has been formed above is allowed to settle and it is separated from the water, and this is mainly done by keeping the water in a sedimentation tank which are known as coagulation basins, and some clarifiers are filled with a moving arm known as a raking arm, and these devices are also fitted with a continuous sludge removing arrangements. So this is all about clarifiers, and it is a diagram of clarifiers. So next we will be reading about filtration process. Okay, so we have already discussed about the aeration, sedimentation process. Sedimentations are divided into two parts, that is plain sedimentation and sedimentation with coagulation. So now we will be discussing about that is filtration process. Okay, So it is one type of another process in the water treatment process. Okay. So what do you mean by filtration? The screening and the sedimentation removes the large percentage of the suspended solids and organic matter that are present in the raw supplies, and the resultant water will not be free from any impurities and may contain some very fine suspended particles and bacteria present in it. To remove or to reduce the remaining impurities still further and to produce the safe water, the water is filtered through the beds of the fine granule material such as sands, etc. And this process of passing the water through the beds of such granular materials is known as filtration. And filtration may help in removing the color, odor, turbidity and some pathogenic bacteria from the water. Okay. So this is all about filtration. As in the screening and the sedimentation part, we have removed the large percentage of suspended solids from the water, and the resultant water, the water comes that are not free from any impurities, and it also contains some fine suspended particles, and also some bacteria are present in the water even if the screening and sedimentation process have been done. Okay. So if some fine suspended particles and bacteria are present in the water, then how it can be removed? Okay. To remove that fine suspended particles and bacteria by filtration process. Okay. To remove or to reduce the remaining impurities and to produce the safe water, the water is filtered through the beds of the granular material such as sand, gravel. Okay. And this process of passing the water through the beds of such granular materials is known as filtration. And filtration mainly helps in removing the color, odor, turbidity and some pathogenic bacteria that are free from the water. Next, what are the filtered materials? I have already shown here. The process of passing the water through the beds of such granular materials is known as filtration. So the filtered materials are sand, gravel. Okay. So what are the filtered materials? That are sand and gravel. In the sand, the filtered sand should be generally be obtained from the rocks that are quartzite and should contain the following properties. It should be free from dirt and other impurities. It should be uniform in nature and size. It should be hard and resistant. And the selection of correct effective size is very important, because too smaller size will lead to clogging and too larger will lead to escaping of suspended particles and bacteria. So in the sand, that is a filtered material, and in the sand, the filtered sand mainly is obtained from the rocks that is like quartzite and contain many type of properties. Okay. So what are the properties? It should be free from the dirt and other impurities. It should be uniform in nature and size. It should be hard and resistant. Okay. And if we select the corrective effective size of the sand, which is very important, and it is because too smaller size will lead to clogging and too larger size will lead to escaping of suspended particles of the bacteria. Okay. So if we choose the material, filtered material, so we have to select a corrective effective size. Okay. Next, that is gravel. So in the gravel which may be used below the sand should be hard, durable, free from any impurities, properly rounded, and should have density of about 1600 kg per meter cube. Gravel of different sizes are usually placed into 3 to 4 layers. It is each of 15 to 20 cm depth with coarse size and 20 to 60 cm placed at the bottommost layer, and fine size and 3 to 6 cm as the topmost layer. Okay. So we can say that the gravel which is used below the sand should be hard, durable, and it is free from any impurities, and it have the density of about 1600 kg per meter cube. And the gravel of different sizes that are placed in 3 to 4 layers, and each layer is of 15 to 20 cm depth with coarse size and 20 to 60 cm placed at the bottommost layer. Okay. And the fine size and 3 to 6 cm as the topmost layer it will be placed. Okay, so next we will be reading about theory of filtration in the next slide. Thank you.